What's up, you guys? Jason Wardrop here, and I am super pumped for today's video because I'm going to give you a full tutorial of GoHighLevel's new AI studio. I'm going to give you some real life use cases. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm building right now and how you can leverage this for your own agency. I'm going to show you how to unlock early access. So you've been seeing everyone talking about HighLevel's AI studio and you're like, I'm not seeing this on my account. I'm going to show you how to unlock that, everything step by step today. If you're brand new to the HighLevel community, you're watching this video, you think this is awesome, I'll have an extended 30-day free trial down in the description that you can jump in, get started. You'll get all my courses, templates, scripts, private community, weekly live calls with me, everything from A to Z. So without further ado, let's jump in. I want to show you guys exactly some use cases of how I've been using this and how you can go through and use it for your own business as well. So this is a website I use for a demo client. This took me about 10 seconds to go through and create. I'm going to show you guys how to actually create this on today's video. But I just gave HighLevel's AI Studio a simple prompt, which I'll show you guys exactly here in just a second. And it made this professionally, beautifully designed website with all the information of this business, how to contact it. And we'll even get to some more actual real life use cases that you could do with these simple websites. All right. And then I also made some websites for my own business. It's like this one right here. As most of you guys know, I am an affiliate for HighLevel. And so I'm going through and I'm making all these different sales pages that I can go and have different angles where I'm promoting HighLevel. And you can see these are beautifully designed pages. I'm just going through and prompting it, telling it like, hey, I like this, I don't like this, I want you to tweak this or that. And then just show you some other examples. As most of you guys know, I'm an affiliate for HighLevel. And so I go through and I make different sales pages, hitting different angles of how people can go through and use the HighLevel software. So you can see this one, completely different design, very beautiful. I'm not a coder. I don't know any website design, anything like that. I know kind of like the fundamentals of what gets a website to actually convert. And so you can see this one is completely different, but I'm able to whip this up in a matter of minutes. Here is another one, completely different angle. I told it to make it like an apple.com style website, but I was like, okay, but I want to be selling HighLevel, 30-day extended free trial. And so the cool thing is whether you're an affiliate or whatever you're doing, most likely you are going through and building an agency, you can whip up professionally designed websites and sales pages just like this for your audience. So I just wanted to give you guys a few different examples of how this goes through and works so you can see what you're going to be able to do by the end of this video. Okay, so first things first, how do you actually go through and get access to AI Studio? Because it's not fully released to everyone. You're not just going to see it in your account quite yet. So you can see right here on mine, it's in the side menu, but this is a new release. And so what they do is HighLevel puts this in the lab section. It's kind of like the beta section. So all you do is come down here to settings. From here, we're just going to scroll down and you can see labs right here. And this is all of the beta features that they're testing out. Okay, so you can come over here and we could just type in AI Studio and we just toggle this on. And so once you toggle this on, it's going to go through and it's going to show up on your side menu over here. And in another video, I'm going to cover Ask AI because they're both very similar yet very different in their use cases. And so stay tuned, make sure you subscribe to the channel so I can go through and show you exactly how I'm using Ask AI versus AI Studio, because these are some of the biggest releases that HighLevel has made, honestly, since they got started. So we're going to come over here to AI Studio. Now I want to show you guys some real life use cases because it's like, okay, anyone can show you how to toggle it on. Anyone can show you how to like type something. But I like to go through and think about real life use cases. When someone's showing me a new AI tool and they're like, look at all the cool things you could do. I'm like, okay, but like, how does that actually affect me? How am I actually going to go through and use that for my own business in my own life? How's it going to go through and benefit me? So the first use case I want to show you guys, which is a pretty powerful use case, is using it for clients. Okay. And so like this Jerry's Plumbing right here, I'm going to show you this use case because this is actually super cool. Out of all the AI Studio videos that I've seen, I haven't seen anybody demoing it exactly like I'm going to demo it and show you guys. And so hopefully this is really helpful in going through and seeing the capabilities of AI Studio and what you can actually do. So what I like to do is I like to use different tools and feature sets inside of HighLevel to help me go and get clients. So if you've been on my channel for some time now, you know I like to go over to Google to be able to find clients, because if you're going to go and find a plumber or a dentist or electrician or whoever it might be, you're going to go through and type in, we'll just say plumber, and we'll say in Bentonville, Arkansas. Okay, that's where I found this Jerry's Plumbing. So we're going to go through, click on this, And actually what we're going to do, I'm going to come over here to maps.google.com because it's just easier. It's able to show you guys. We'll say, plumber in Bentonville, Arkansas. Okay, so we'll type that in. And as we go through, we see all the different plumbers right here. I'm just going to move my head for a second so we can actually zoom in and see the different plumbers. And so we can see up here, this is Jerry's Plumbing. And the reason why I like Jerry's Plumbing is because as you go along and you look at all the different plumbers over here, Jerry's Plumbing is one that I've done the demo videos on this before, but I know they don't have a website. So they've got 5-star reviews, 7 5-star reviews. So they have an awesome service. And an earlier version of Google Maps says they've been in business for over 10 years. So if they've been in business for over 10 years, they only have 7 reviews, but they're all 5 stars. They don't even have a website. They don't have a photo. There's a lot of optimization that we can go through and do with this specific business. And so when I'm going through and reaching out to these businesses, I'm saying, hey, I see you don't have a website. Would love to go through and build a full AI-enabled website for your business. And so I'm only doing this if they're saying yes, okay? So once the actual client gets back, says, yes, I'm actually be interested in checking out a website, then I want to show you guys how simple this is. So what I like to do is I like to come up here to share. So this is going to share their Google My Business profile listing, okay? And then we're just going to copy link right there. And then I'm going to go back over into the AI Studio, and I'm going to say, hey, build me a professionally designed plumber website for this business and pull in all the information from their Google My Business profile. Okay. And I'm just going to paste the link because now the AI, and I'm going to hit enter just so it can do this while I'm explaining this. Now the AI is able to pull that link. It's able to go grab their contact information. It's able to grab their hours. It's able to see, okay, what services do they offer? All the reviews. It's able to pull in all the reviews. It does everything from A to Z. And that's literally all I have to do to build an initial website. And then hang with me here. It's just going to build this. It's going to take a minute or two. I'm going to wait till it's done. And then I'm going to show you some additional prompts that I like to go through and give this to make sure that it's AI enabled. And it's just like that next level tier, professionally designed website for this client. Okay, check this out, guys. Here we have the final product, professionally designed website that we literally just had AI do all of this. And the cool thing is they've got the phone number right there. It pulled in their 5-star review ratings. It pulled in their business hours, their location, everything from A to Z. Okay, now this is probably a use case that you're like, Jason, I've seen this. I've watched some of these other videos. I know that this actually can do this, which if you haven't, obviously you're looking at this and like, okay, that's super cool. Maybe the Google My Business profile link was a little bit unique. Now from here, if you wanted to, all we got to do is use this little prompt spot right here and make any tweaks that we want to. So we use this just like a chat GPT. We just like ask it questions or tell the different things to do. And you can see they even have suggestions of things to do to the website. So like, for example, if you're like, I'm not really a fan of the orange, or if the client is not a fan of the orange, you say, hey, I want to change it to red or blue or whatever the color is, you can easily do that. Or you can easily throw in the logo, just tell it, and it will go through and change whatever you want. Now, what I want to show you guys, I think is super cool, and I'm just going to move my head for this, is I want to go through and I want to say, now add a conversation AI chat widget and train the conversation AI agent on the Google My Business profile link I gave you. So the AI agent can accurately respond to all questions. Okay, and then I'll just paste in the link again. And so I'll just hit that. And now what it's going to do is it's going to go through and it's going to connect the chat widget. I'm just move my head down there in the bottom right-hand corner where you can see my head's going to be popping up right here. It's going to create a conversation AI chat widget, and then it will also create a conversation AI agent, and it will automatically train a knowledge base so that when we go through and ask the questions to the chat widget, so like a potential client, potential customer is jumping on Jerry's Plumbing website, it will be able to get all of the answers right from the chat widget. So it's just going to take a minute here, but I hope you could see these real life use cases that when you go through and approach a Jerry's Plumbing, show them this professionally designed website when they don't have one at all, or if they do have a website and it doesn't look very good, and you can create a beautiful professionally designed website and add these AI, conversation AI, chat widget capabilities, and even there's a lot of other use cases that we can go through and do, then you could see how they're going to be blown away. And more than likely, they're going to say, yes, I want to be a client. I want you to go through and help me out with all these things. Okay, so now it is completed. So let's go through and test this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hit publish up here. You go through and tweak the URL how you want, but we're just going to hit publish right here. And you can see up here, it automatically pulls in the meta title and the description, but it looks like there's a little bit, just for this sake of example, I might just kind of like, obviously, if you're going to go through and build this for a real client, you're going to spend a little bit more time on this. But now we're going to be able to publish it to go and push it live so we can test out this chat widget. And you can see that everything we're doing, we're literally just prompting the AI to do it all for us. And so the cool thing about this is if you look at like a one-man business, one-woman business, you can really scale things quite a bit because you don't need to go and hire a ton of talent, and the AI is doing a majority of this work. So now we just come up here, we just hit publish right there. And now we grab this URL. I'm just going to open up a new tab, paste it in there, and I'm going to move myself. And you can see now, we didn't have this before, a little chat widget. And so I can come over here and say, what hours are you open? Okay. And because I gave it the Google My Business profile link, it is trained on the business, and so it knows exactly how to go through and respond. And this is a little bit small on my screen right here, but let's zoom in. It says, we're generally open Monday through Friday from 8 p.m. Looks like it's kind of getting cut off right there. Okay, and then I can say, what services do you offer? Okay, and then it's just going to go back and it says we offer a wide range of top-rated plumbing services. Can you tell me more about your issue? So before, we had to go through and we had to get all this information. We had to go and copy and paste it into a conversation AI knowledge base, take that, tie it into a chat widget, put the chat widget onto the website, in addition, build the whole website. And instead, now we are literally just going through and we are prompting AI inside of AI Studio to do all of this for us. Now, one other prompt I want to show you guys, because this is something that I like to do, at least for my own pages, is I like to say, you are a conversion rate optimization specialist. What would you do to tweak the page to maximize conversions? Okay. And then depending on the website, I usually am more specific on what a conversion means. Like for this, it might be to get a phone call or to book an appointment. For me, it's like for somebody to go through and start a free trial on my website. Or it might be to, book an appointment on a calendar, or to opt in, put in their name and email or whatever it might be. And then I like to just hit enter. And then it goes through, it acts as a conversion rate optimization specialist. So you're kind of giving it that hat to think about. And then it goes and searches the internet, thinks about what the best ways to optimize this website are. And then it'll give suggestions. And sometimes it's like, hey, here's a few different suggestions. Choose one, which one you want to do. And other times it just goes through and does it for me. So this time it actually went through. It says, hey, maybe add a lead capture form, testimonial section, promotional offer, sticky mobile call to action. So this one, I'm just going to say, hey, let's do a testimonial section and hit proceed. And a lot of times I'll do this several times because it hasn't given me all the different ideas of going through and optimizing the page. And so obviously a testimonial section, a lot of times like trust badges, like verified or like credit cards things, or different like reviews right by the call to action button, that helps out a lot. And so that's one little prompt that I like to do over and over again to help optimize my websites, my sales pages, my landing pages, and get them converting at another level. Okay, so that just finished. So if we scroll down, we can see there is this Trusted Buyer community, this little testimonial section that was added. Now, I want to show you one other use case that you can go through and use this for your own business. So let's go back out of here. So I wanted to show you guys a use case of how I've been using this for my own business and creating sales pages. Obviously, I'm an affiliate for HighLevel, but whether you're an agency owner or you're building a white labeled SaaS on HighLevel, this is an extremely beneficial use case as well. Okay, so I like to go through and I like to make sales pages specific to a different marketing hook. So if you think about this like with paid ads, we're testing all these different hooks, all this different messaging, and then we're sending it to one sales page, because traditionally making a sales page was very time consuming. It was very tedious. And so we couldn't go through and test a different hook on the ad and a different hook on the sales page. And maybe we could do a little A/B split test, but that was pretty much the extent of it. And so what I like to do is I like to go and have different hooks speaking to different audiences in a different way. Even if it was like real estate agents, I'd want to make one that was like real estate agent newbies. They're like solo agents, right? That's going to be a different marketing message than if I'm talking to a real estate broker who's got a team, or a real estate team leader, right? And so these are all different messaging that I would want to have if I'm selling like a real estate software, if I'm white labeling HighLevel and selling to them. So one feature I love in all these AI tools is the voice to speech feature. However, you see, it doesn't have that. And I'm assuming it's going to have that here in the next version, because this is literally V1, which this is, in my opinion, the best V1 that HighLevel has released. And V1 stands for version 1 if you're not a nerdy techie like me. So what I do is I come over here to ChatGPT and I just hit this dictate, and then I copy and paste it over. Make me a professionally designed sales page. You are a professional copywriter. You're a professional designer. I want you to make it a full, complete sales page speaking to a solo real estate agent, a newbie who is looking to go through and grow their business. They haven't achieved a 6-figure annual income yet, but they're really hoping to. They're looking for the next thing. And what we provide is a software tool to help them generate leads, automate their follow-up, really grow their business with AI and be able to book more appointments. And so I want you to make a complete professionally designed website with a testimonial section. I want you to also think that you're a conversion rate optimization specialist. And so you're going through and thinking about all the different things that need to be on a sales page to make somebody convert into starting a free 30-day trial on my software. And so I want the sales page to speak to this person directly and have all of the sales messaging that would want them to go through and start a 30-day free trial. When they start the 30-day free trial, we'll also give them a free kickoff call, be able to help them get all set up one-on-one. I'm going to provide additional courses, templates, scripts that have worked in the past for other agents that have gotten them amazing results. Okay, so I'm just going to go through and do something like that, because then I just don't have to type it all out. And obviously I was probably a little bit more wording than I needed to be, but then I'm just going to copy and paste this and go throw it back into the AI studio just like that. And I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to let it work its magic. Okay, check this out, guys. So I'll move my head so it's not in the way. But it says, break the 6-figure ceiling, let AI book your appointments, speaking specifically to realtors, start your 30-day free trial. It's got no credit card required. So it's got all the features and everything that we would want in here. And so it's talking about the solo agent trap. This is amazing how it goes through and not only has done all the copy for us, speaking directly to our ideal client avatar, but the copy's there and the design is there. And it's all set up the right way, how we want it. One-on-one kickoff call, just like we talked about, proven AI scripts, lead gen mastery course, everything from A to Z, testimonials, frequently asked questions, all the things that we would want here. And so just like I would in the other videos, like I showed you, I would probably come over here and say, hey, what other things, your conversion rate optimization specialist, what other things should we go through and tweak and add to this website, right? Or I could go through and just see, okay, do I like all the frequently asked questions? Do I want to add more? Just go and tell it, hey, add this, do that. And you don't even have to be like crazy descriptive. You don't have to give it exactly what to say. So I don't have to go over to ChatGPT and say, hey, write a frequently asked question for this solo agent and do all this stuff, because it's already built in to the software. And so you don't even have to, you just give it a quick idea, and it then knows how to take that idea and write all the copy, make the headline, change. You could change out the little icons or whatever it might be. Or you could say, hey, I don't like this like darker version. I want it to be more of a light style. Or another thing that I like to do is if you want to come over here, let's see where it is. Dribbble. Dribbble is a page that has all these different website designs. So you can look at all these different website designs, and there's a lot of other platforms just like this. But you could say, hey, look, this one right here, you could pull it up and you could throw it into the AI and say, hey, I like this style. Can you make it more like this style, right? So you could easily go through, clone any website. And from here, just like the Jerry's Plumbing use case scenario, you could easily add a chat widget, add the conversation AI knowledge base, whatever you want to go through and do. So I hope this was helpful as far as seeing real life use cases of using HighLevel's new AI studio. And if you are brand new to HighLevel and you want to go through and get started, I'll have a link to start an extended 30-day free trial down in the description. You'll be able to get all of my courses, templates, scripts, community access, weekly live calls with me. Or if you want to go through and upgrade with my link, you'll be able to see that down there below as well. And you'll be able to unlock access to everything I have. So with that said, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.